Welcome back to Literacy Exploration. Today we're diving into one of Shakespeare's darkest and most intense plays, Macbeth. This tragic tale of ambition, power, and madness is filled with rich themes that continue to resonate today. In this video, we'll unpack the key themes of Macbeth and explore how Shakespeare masterfully weaves them into this compelling story. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's explore the themes that make Macbeth a timeless classic. On ambition and power, first up is the theme of ambition and power, which lies at the very heart of Macbeth. Shakespeare explores how unchecked ambition can loose indeed the noblest of souls. Macbeth starts as a pious and stalwart soldier, celebrated for his valor in battle. But when the witches plant the seed of ambition with their prophecy that he'll become king, Macbeth becomes consumed by the desire for power. Ambition drives Macbeth to commit regicide, murdering King Duncan in his sleep, but his ambition doesn't stop there. Once he gains power, he becomes increasingly paranoid and tyrannical, ordering the murders of Banquo and Macduff's family to secure his throne. Macbeth's tragic woe shows how ambition, when unbounded by moral restraint, can lead to one's destruction. On the other hand, we see Lady Macbeth as a personification of unbounded ambition as well. She manipulates Macbeth into committing murder, questioning his masculinity and ambition to dig him into action. But as the play progresses, we see how their eyeless ambition leads to guilt, madness, and eventually their downfall. This theme serves as an exemplary tale about the dangers of overreaching ambition. 2. Fate versus free will. Next, let's talk about the theme of fate versus free will. From the very beginning, Macbeth presents us with the idea that our destinies might be written in the stars, or in this case, read by three mysterious witches. The witches' prophecies set the stage for Macbeth's actions. But the big question is, are Macbeth's actions driven by fate, or does he make conscious choices that lead to his doom? Shakespeare plays with this tension throughout the play. Macbeth frequently seems to act as if he has no choice but to follow the path laid out by the witches, which raises the question, does he have the free will to change his fate? Could he have ignored the prophecy and remained a pious subject, or was he always destined for a woeful end? While the witches set the events in motion, it's eventually Macbeth's own choices, driven by his ambition and fears, that seal his fate. The theme of fate versus free will in Macbeth invites the followership to reflect on the power of destiny versus particular agency. 3. Guilt and conscience. Another significant theme in Macbeth is guilt and heart. Both Macbeth and Lady Macbeth are tortured by the weight of their actions. Macbeth's guilt manifests nearly immediately after Duncan's murder. He hears imaginary voices crying, "Well, Macbeth does murder sleep," indicating his growing sense of guilt and paranoia. Macbeth, originally the more ruthless of the two, also succumbs to guilt. Her infamous sleepwalking scene, where she tries to wash the damn spot of blood from her hands, symbolizes the necessary guilt that consumes her. She tells herself that a little water clears us of this deed, but soon realizes that no amount of water can cleanse her soul. This theme shows how guilt can haunt one's heart, leading to psychological torment and internal collapse. It also highlights the difference between Macbeth and his wife. While Macbeth becomes more reckless as his guilt deepens, Lady Macbeth is crushed under the weight of her heart. 4. The supernatural. Now, let's talk about the role of the supernatural in Macbeth. From the very beginning, the play is steeped in supernatural elements that add a layer of mystery and conspiracy. The three witches, or weird sisters, are central to this theme. Their prophecies spark Macbeth's ambition, but they also blur the line between reality and the unknown. The supernatural does not just stop with the witches. There are the ghostly apparitions that haunt Macbeth, similar as the bloody dagger leading him to Duncan's chamber and Banquo's ghost appearing at the banquet. These supernatural visions serve as both a memorial of Macbeth's guilt and a foreshadowing of his inevitable downfall. The theme of the supernatural in Macbeth reflects the belief in the power of dark forces to impact mortal actions. It creates an atmosphere of unease, suggesting that Macbeth's tragic fate is as much a result of unearthly manipulation as it's of his own choices. 5. The corruption of power. The theme of the corruption of power is nearly tied to ambition in Macbeth. Once Macbeth ascends to the throne through murder, we see how power begins to lose him. He becomes decreasingly paranoid and ruthless, willing to commit farther heinous crimes to protect his position. Power, unbounded by moral boundaries, leads him to a path of despotism. Lady Macbeth also experiences the corrupting influence of power. Originally, she dreams of the power and influence that would come with being queen, but as the play progresses, we see how the pursuit of power corrupts her spirit and drives her to madness. Their fall from grace is an important memorial that those who seek power without conscience frequently lose their humanity in the process. Conclusion. In Macbeth, Shakespeare masterfully explores themes that are as applicable today as they were in the 17th century. Whether it's the destructive nature of unbounded ambition, the battle between fate and free will, the cerebral torment of guilt, the creepy presence of the supernatural, or the corrupting influence of power, These themes make Macbeth a dateless and compelling tragedy. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the themes of Macbeth. If you enjoyed this analysis, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to Literacy Exploration for more literary insights. What other themes or works of literature would you like me to explore next? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, keep exploring the world of literature.